The Amazon is more than a forest. It's a world within a world, an astonishing web of life where plants breathe, birds sing, insects pollinate, predators prowl, and fungi live in the shadows. A single square mile of this rainforest can hold more diversity than some entire nations. Here, life doesn't just exist, it flourishes. From the canopy to the forest floor, every living being plays a role, not in isolation, but as part of a symphony of connections that has evolved over millions of years. This is biodiversity, and the Amazon is one of its greatest masterpieces. In this episode, we'll journey into the heart of this vibrant ecosystem to understand what makes the Amazon one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, why each species matters, and what happens when the threads of this living tapestry begin to fray. Because biodiversity isn't just about beauty, it's about survival, ours included. So what makes the Amazon such a global epicenter of life? It's not just the sheer size, though this rainforest spans over 2 million square miles across 9 countries. It's the astonishing variety of habitats it holds. From sunlit canopy layers and shadowed understories, to winding rivers, seasonal floodplains, and forest floors rich in decay and rebirth. Each microhabitat is a world unto itself. This variety creates room for evolution to flourish, offering countless niches where species adapt, diverge, and thrive. Add to that the Amazon's warm, humid climate and stable environment over tens of millions of years, and you have the perfect conditions for a biodiversity explosion. Scientists estimate that the Amazon is home to at least 10% of the world's known species, and many more are yet to be discovered. From plants that communicate underground to animals that rely on ancient migration patterns, the rainforest's complexity is humbling. The Amazon's biodiversity isn't just abundant, it's ancient. A living library of evolution, resilience, and renewal. But as with any library, every lost species is a page torn out of a story we may never finish reading. In every ecosystem, some species play a role so vital that their presence or absence shapes the fate of everything around them. These are called keystone species. Much like the keystone in an arch, they hold the ecosystem together. Remove them, and the entire structure can collapse. Take the jaguar. This elusive predator roams wide territories, keeping populations of herbivores like deer, capybara, and peccaries in check. Without jaguars, those populations could explode, stripping vegetation, damaging fragile habitats, and triggering imbalances that ripple across the forest. Then there's the Brazil nut tree, a giant of the rainforest that depends on just one kind of bee for pollination. That bee, in turn, depends on specific orchid species to survive. It's a delicate dance, pollinator tree, and countless animals who rely on Brazil nuts for food. Disrupt one partner, and the whole cycle falters. Keystone species are the quiet architects of resilience. Lose just one, and the forest begins to shift in ways we cannot always predict. In the Amazon, the smallest shift can echo across the canopy. And when a keystone falls, it doesn't fall alone. The Amazon is more than a collection of species. It's a living web, an intricate network where everything is connected. Every plant, every animal, every microscopic organism has a role to play. Remove one thread and the web holds. Remove too many and it begins to unravel. Pollinators like bats and butterflies keep the forest blooming. Fungi decompose fallen trees, returning nutrients to the soil. Birds scatter seeds. Ants aerate the earth. And trees, well, they do everything from producing oxygen to regulating climate. It's a tapestry, woven from life, for life. A harmony refined over millennia. And it's fragile. Break too many connections, and we don't just lose individual species. We lose stability, resilience, and the very rhythm that keeps the rainforest alive. Because in the Amazon, no species thrives alone. They survive together. When biodiversity begins to fade, the damage doesn't come all at once. It creeps in, quietly, steadily, until the signs become impossible to ignore. Weakened ecosystems, fewer pollinators, less food for animals and for us. As species vanish, the web of life starts to fray, and with it, the forest's ability to regulate itself. We depend on biodiversity more than we realize. It supports clean water, fertile soil, and stable climate patterns. It gives us medicines, food, and protection against disease outbreaks. But when that diversity disappears, we lose resilience. Pests spread more easily. Crops become more vulnerable. Diseases jump across species. Communities lose access to native foods and traditional medicines. Biodiversity loss doesn't just hurt the forest. It reverberates through our economies, our health systems, and our most basic needs. This isn't just an environmental crisis. It's a human crisis. The health of the Amazon isn't just about trees, it's about us. Because when we lose biodiversity, we don't just lose species, we lose medicines that haven't been discovered, and we lose one of nature's most powerful defenses, its ability to protect us from disease. Some of the most powerful medicines we know: quinine, used to treat malaria; curare, now used in surgery, originated in rainforest plants, long used by indigenous communities. And yet, scientists have studied less than 1% of the Amazon's plant species for their medicinal potential. The healing possibilities still hidden in this forest are vast. But biodiversity also protects us in another way, by limiting the spread of infectious disease. In a healthy ecosystem, wildlife populations are diverse and balanced. Predators keep rodents and insect vectors in check. Multiple species host a variety of microbes, which dilutes the chances of any one pathogen thriving. But when ecosystems are degraded, generalist species like rats, bats, and mosquitoes often thrive. These animals are more likely to carry diseases that can jump to humans. This is known as the dilution effect. The idea that richer biodiversity actually reduces disease transmission because it spreads pathogens across many species that don't pass them on easily. When forests are cleared and species are lost, this natural buffer disappears, and with it, the line between animal and human health begins to blur. We saw this with Ebola, with Zika, and with COVID-19. Each of these diseases has links to human disturbance of wildlife habitats. So yes, biodiversity is beautiful, but it's also protective. It's not just about what we can use from nature. It's about what happens when we lose the systems that quietly keep us safe. When we think of climate regulation, we often think of carbon, and rightly so. Forests like the Amazon absorb billions of tons of carbon dioxide, storing it in trees, soil, and biomass, helping to keep the planet's atmosphere in balance. But biodiversity is what makes that climate function not only possible, but powerful. A biologically rich rainforest is more efficient at cycling carbon, retaining moisture, and bouncing back from drought or fire. Why? Because different species fill different ecological roles. Some trees, like the mighty mahogany or the dense wooded ipe, grow slowly, but lock away large stores of carbon in their trunks for centuries. Others, like Cecropia and Balsa, grow fast and help quickly regenerate the forest after disturbance, restoring shade and structure for other species to return. Deep-rooted giants like the Brazil nut tree tap into underground aquifers, accessing moisture even during droughts and keeping the surrounding forest hydrated. And wide canopied trees like the kapok or dense understory palms cool the forest floor, protect seedlings, and stabilize the microclimate beneath the trees. It's this diversity of strategies, this harmony of deep roots, dense wood, quick growth, and broad shade that makes the rainforest so resilient. And together, these systems power something astonishing: the flying rivers. Each day, the Amazon's 400 billion trees release nearly 20 billion tons of water vapor into the air. This vapor forms vast invisible air currents called flying rivers that recycle and move moisture across South America, influencing rainfall far beyond the forest. These rivers in the sky are vital to agriculture, drinking water, and climate regulation across the continent. But deforestation weakens them. Fewer trees mean less vapor, leading to drought, crop failures, and rising temperatures across the region. We often admire biodiversity for its beauty, but it's also infrastructure, nature's blueprint for stability. The more we protect this rich web of life, the more we protect the systems that regulate our climate and our shared future. In the Amazon, life is not separate. It is deeply, delicately connected, woven together in a tapestry that sustains the entire planet. Every plant, every animal, every breath of this rainforest plays a role in keeping that balance alive. And when we lose biodiversity, we don't just lose rare species. We lose stability, security, and possibility. This isn't just about saving rare species. The Amazon is home to over 10% of the world's known biodiversity, including millions of species that support ecosystem resilience and have yet to be studied for their potential benefits. It's about preserving clean water. These forests help filter, store, and release fresh water through intricate root systems and daily evapotranspiration, influencing rainfall across the continent. It's about protecting crops from collapse. Deforestation reduces rainfall and raises temperatures, threatening food systems across South America that depend on Amazon-fed climate patterns. And it's about ensuring our children inherit a livable climate. The Amazon stores carbon equivalent to 15 to 20 years of global CO2 emissions, making it one of our most powerful tools in fighting climate change. You can be part of this story. Support organizations like Amazon Conservation, working tirelessly to protect this irreplaceable web of life. Make mindful choices. What you eat, what you buy, and what you support matters. Educate others. Speak up for the forest, and let this living system remind you, no action is too small. Because biodiversity is not just about beauty, it's about clean water. It's about food on the table. It's about a stable climate. And it's about ensuring that generations to come inherit a world still rich with life.